The Fall Guy stars Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. This bad boy was directed by David Leech, who brought you Deadpool 2, Bullet Train. This guy was also one half of the directing team behind the original John Wick movie 10 years ago. And this movie is the perfect love letter to stunt performers who never get the credit that they deserve. Like, seriously, Academy, it's about time that you recognize these guys and give them a category at the Oscars. Like, there's a whole scene in this movie where Ryan Gosling, as this stuntman, is saying, nope, don't get any recognition at all. Like, the stunt guys are the glue that holds a lot of these big blockbusters together, and this movie was a huge ode and a love letter to every single stunt performer out there. Fitting enough, because David Leech was a stuntman himself before he became a director. So we follow stuntman Colt Seavers, played by Ryan Gosling, who's working on his ex-girlfriend's directorial debut action film. The ex-girlfriend, of course, played by Emily Blunt here. And he actually finds himself involved in a conspiracy surrounding the film's lead actor, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who goes missing. And if the lead actor is missing, his ex-girlfriend doesn't get a movie. So here comes the stunt guy with all of his nice, crazy stunt abilities to save the day. Now look, the trailers for this movie have been a huge blaze of glory. And they promise, if nothing else, to entertain you. And goddamn, guys, if you go see The Fall Guy, you will be absolutely entertained, like I was for this entire runtime. The Fall Guy is a freaking blast. And I saw this movie today, May 1st, at the time of recording. Yeah, blockbuster season is officially kicked off. What better way to do it this year than with this film? And just like his previous movies, David Leech, honestly, like, as a stuntman, he knows all this lingo and he knows all this terminology. And he's gonna get only the best stuntmen to perform all these crazy-ass maneuvers. And the stunt team absolutely deserves their flowers and their recognition for all the hard work they put into this. And I, for one, love meta-theatrical films like this, where it's all about the behind-the-scenes process. You actually get to see how a big movie is made. And I stress big movie, because we've seen meta-theatrical movies within movies in the past, but I don't think there's been one centered around blockbuster filmmaking. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, if this is the first one, what a blueprint. Ryan Gosling, as usual, is his charming, dopey self. And I say dopey because I really don't think this guy gets enough credit as a comedic actor. Yes, everybody saw him as Ken last year, but I've known that he was funny since 2016 when The Nice Guys came out. His timing and his quips are absolutely perfect. And a lot of that has to do with Drew Pearce's razor-sharp writing that is filled with movie vocabulary. And I'm sure all my movie maker friends are going to love that. Some people who are more casual might find the film terminology annoying, but as a film buff, I was digging it. And there's something about Ryan Gosling's performance that, albeit fantastic, it feels so effortless. Like, this is a naturally likable dude. He was very easy to root for. And even though, yes, he's doing a lot of his own stunts, and there's so many obstacles put in front of him, you never really feel like he's invincible. Because the whole opening scene where you're introduced to him is absolutely fantastic. And the whole reason why this guy is so down on his luck, it's tragic. Like, I'm telling you, these stunt guys put their lives on the line, and they don't get enough credit. Emily Blunt, as well, is just a naturally likable actress here. And you can sense that this is a character that's under a lot of pressure. So you absolutely resonated with her character also. And I've been hearing a lot of my fellow YouTubers say that they weren't really feeling the chemistry between these two. I don't know what movie they were watching. I thought their chemistry was great. I thought their back and forths were really funny. I thought their inside vocabulary was really well done. There's a really hilarious sequence where they're actually on set and they're basically arguing over bullhorns. I can only imagine what it's like to be an extra in the middle of that argument, all while baking in a big ol' alien suit. But I feel like all the behind-the-scenes aspects of The Fall Guy and the stunts themselves are really where this movie catches fire. Because excuse me when I say this, but with the stunts and with the romantic comedy aspects between Blunt and Gosling, this movie is just pure dynamite. And nobody else but David Leech, I feel like, could have been trusted to direct this movie. Because he's already proven that he can helm a big blockbuster like this one. And he's a former stuntman. This is a movie about stunts. Like, why wouldn't he want to direct this? So yeah, it looks like everybody was having the times of their lives here. Aaron Taylor Johnson as the leading actor that Ryan Gosling is stunting for. He's not in the movie for very long, but he's very entertaining. Like, this is a lead actor that talks the talk, but he cannot walk the walk at all. Just a pure coward. And Aaron Taylor Johnson's really good at playing a coward. I don't know what it is. Also, shout out to Winston Duke as Ryan Gosling's friend in this. So freaking funny. I feel like the movie has a great balance of knowing when to be serious and be very action heavy, and they know the stakes between life and death, but they also know when to poke fun at themselves. And that's a very fine line that they're crossing there, but I think The Fall Guy handles this balance so well. And I was totally into this thing from start to finish, guys. I know it clocks in at a little over 2 hours, and that might feel a little bit long to some people, and I totally get that complaint. But a movie like this, and just like Oppenheimer last year, it didn't really feel long. And when a movie does not feel as long as it actually is, I know it's doing its job right. And this movie was consistently entertaining. It was relentlessly exciting, with 2 excellent leading performances here. The Fall Guy is a movie that is extremely rare nowadays. I know it's based off this old TV show from the 80s, but to my understanding, this movie's target audience is more so the casual movie audience. I don't necessarily think that there's going to be a lot of people who loves that show in the 80s go to watch this one, because to my understanding and to my research, this movie was starting over. And The Fall Guy is a great behind-the-scenes look at blockbuster filmmaking, which is something that has taken the industry by storm, especially over the better part of the last decade. So it was really cool to see that facet of blockbuster filmmaking and actually have a fictional story surrounding it. Now, if I were to nitpick one little thing here, the whole conflict with the missing actor, even though I said that this movie was consistently entertaining and the runtime didn't necessarily bother me, they could have gotten to the missing actor storyline a little bit quicker than they did. And I'll admit, there is a twist and a reveal involving another character that's in this movie that I'm not going to give away. But my friend saw it coming from a mile away, and thinking about it in hindsight, as soon as he said that, I was like, yeah, no, that's totally what's going to happen. And sure enough, it did. But albeit a predictable outing here but albeit one of the more predictable blockbusters that you're going to see, The Fall Guy is an adrenaline rush that will kickstart this summer blockbuster season in the most stupendous way possible, filled with fireworks, loads of action, some great stunts, and a very fun and funny romance. And I'm telling you guys, if you're into filmmaking, if you're into the art of filmmaking, if you're into all of that vocabulary, you're going to really appreciate what The Fall Guy does here. I had tons of fun watching this movie. I can't wait to watch it again. I'm going to give The Fall Guy an A. Now, the next step, Academy, is get the stuntman a category. Let me know what you think of The Fall Guy down in the comments. What is your favorite David Leech directed movie? What is your favorite Ryan Gosling performance? What is your favorite Emily Blunt performance? And let me know also, what are your favorite series of stunts in any movie that you've seen? Because I love what I do here. I love discussing all the new things in the cinematic world, all the new things as we get into blockbuster season. You're going to find all sorts of exciting discussion right here. So if you want to join a great community of geeks, film lovers, and entertainment lovers alike, you've come to the right place. Do consider subscribing today. Tap on that thumbs up as well. That would be a huge help. And stay tuned for more videos very soon. Looking forward to watching both Tarot and Unfrosted this week. And next week, I do have an early screening for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes to wrap up my Planet of the Apes playlist that I've been doing here. All that and much, much more to come, guys. So thank you all again so very much for your support. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, Back Talk, commence.